Good morning, at Chodesh. Today we are learning Aleph Tmuz, and we're learning Siman Kifnin Gimel, Siman Kifnin Bais, Isir Yechid ושאר קרבות בנשים. We're up to us Tezvov. Misha Girshas Ishtam Anasin, someone that divorced his wife. Lo Suder Imoy Bechutzer, they shouldn't live in the same courtyard. They shouldn't share one courtyard. The Imhi Koyan, if he is a Kohen, or even if he's a Yisroel and she already got married to another man and she is back on the market, she's divorced again. Someone that divorced his wife because she's usher to him, they can no longer get remarried. They have to be more distant, meaning if he could still potentially remarry her, someone that divorces his wife could potentially machzir gerishusay. They can't share the same courtyard, but they could still live in the same cul-de-sac or in the same dead end, whatever, same area over here, because they could never get remarried again. They cannot live in a closed alley. That's what he said, a closed alley. Okay. But moving a village, but in an open alley, then and a lot of people go through there, they are allowed to live there. Someone, a woman that got divorced and is now living with her second husband. So because she already got remarried, she's not on the market, she shouldn't live in the same area of her previous husband. And all these harchukas, she has to relocate to be in difference to him. She has to relocate. Unless it's her courtyard, then the husband has to relocate to be in difference to her. Tes Zain, Mittel Udam losen Gerishusay. A person could sustain to fund his ex, his divorced wife. And this comes before any other poor person. From your own flesh, you should not turn away, you shouldn't hide, you shouldn't turn your eye. But they shouldn't do business together. You should send the money through someone else. It shouldn't be direct. Yid Zayin, Umar Rav Brina Umar Rav. Kala Yushin Bekilla, whoever sleeps in a room, She'ish ve'ishta shriba, that a husband and a wife are sleeping there, are staying. Ulav Akusav Umar Nishai Ami Tegarshin Bibais Tani Gehu. You evict each of the women of my people from the home of her delight. Even if the wife is a nida, another person shouldn't sleep in the same room of a married couple. Siman Kifnin Gimel Hilchas Nida Iboy Tezayin Ifim Aleph Kol Isha Shenekrem Mkoira Tipas Dam Afila Kol She, every woman that her uterus dropped, even blood has emerged, even a minute amount of blood. Should be, no matter, regardless how this happened. It can be naturally, like the nature of women when they see the flow in the times of their periods. Even if it's not a time that she's used to seeing. Or something, an extenuous event happened, something irregular. Because of this irregularity, blood came out of the uterus. She's rendered nida until she counts 7 clean days, and she immersed herself properly in a mikveh. Whoever engages intimately with her when she's not clean, V'chain hi chayeves kudas, and she's also chayev kudas. V'al hanagi derechiv b'chayev malchus, and if they touch in a loving manner, in an intimate manner, then they are chayev malchus. Even if she didn't feel that blood emerged from her uterus, but she found a spot of blood, a blood stain on her flesh, or on a garment, or on a bedsheet, or ושאר any other place, and she cannot attribute it that it came from a different source. The only way that she could make sense of it is that it came from her uterus. She becomes a tmai nida. Any woman that finds a kesem, a blood spot, even if it's not completely red, but it's not completely white, she has to ask Eruv Chochem to see what to do. There are a lot of details involved in how to pass the Indian godless kapnas hakesam regarding the size of this blood spot. And also you have to be able to attribute it. And with what source this blood stain could have come from where it cannot be attributed to. There are also a lot of differences. There's also a difference. When the timing, in the days that she's clean, or if it's in the first 3 days from the Shivanakim, all that is something that a Ruv knows, and we're not going to go into all the details of Hilchas Nida, because that you need mamash to go to like smicha classes, but over here we're learning the concepts, the ideas, not to paskin, but more to know what to ask. Gimel, Isha Shergisha, a woman who had a physical sensation, that her uterus opened, even if she examined herself right away, she saw nothing, she becomes Toma. We have to tell the women, many women don't know. But if she found a white liquid, without any mixture of red color, then she is to it. So if she feels that she felt that she got her period, but she could check, she can make a bdika, and if it's clean, then she's clean. Fine. Dalat. It says that, so technically, if you're not it should be yichud, right? If a person's wife is a nida, then there should be a isur yichud to be together with a wife, because who's to say? So the Chazal learned from this pusik, Bel isha betimas nida, benidas temusa lo yisekrav. Because it says lo yisekrav, the shinan shakol mina krav usir. So every kirva should be usir. So if we're going to make harchukas and we're not going to come too close, then there's no isur yichud, kind of the concept, right? Shalo yischak v'lo yikol roisha ima. They shouldn't laugh in a way that is going to bring them to be intimate. They shouldn't be frivolous and they shouldn't be lightheaded. And the manner of things that could bring them to sin, but they could be secluded together because they were already intimate. Also, she's going to become permitted to him once she immerses herself in the mikvah. His Yetzirah is not going to become too strong. We're not afraid that they're going to be intimate when they're not allowed. Hi, lo yigaba, he shouldn't touch her, even a small finger. Lo yoshad miyuda le yudoi, and shouldn't throw something, pass something to her hand, even something that's long, and shouldn't take something from her hand. They shouldn't throw something from one to another. They shouldn't eat together ala shulchan on one table. There should be something unusual. There should be something in between. In between the two plates, something that's usually not on the table. On a different occasion, or you move something that's usually there to a different spot, so we know that it's an irregular day. Something is different. if usually when she's clean, they eat from the same plate, and now they're eating from different plates. That's enough, and you don't need a special heket on the table. Have a wonderful day. Get chodesh, hatzlucha, ibrucha.